Right, welcome to video production, and in this we're going to be dealing with issues to do with the production of production of the videos, but it's going to be in the sense of processing of the videos that people they do capture for specific purposes. So before we go further, I can start with the definition of video production. The thing is, there's been a misconception or maybe a confusion between video production and television production. Sometimes when they say video production, they think it's exactly the same as television production. But if you can scrutinize the two, they are almost similar, but they are not the same. Video production here is the definition which is much more encompassing. He said video production is the process of creating video. Video production is the process of creating video by capturing moving images of capturing. Okay, it's the process of capturing. Yeah, sorry. Let me come again. Yeah, I missed that one. Okay, it's a process of creating video by capturing moving images and creating a combination or combinations, not just combinations, but creating combinations and reductions of parts of this video, and I think we'll talk about it later, of this video in live production and post-production. I missed something, but I will tell you where to write it. And post-production. Then, and on the post-production, in brackets you write video editing. What I missed is when I say moving, all the moving images, they were supposed to be in brackets videography. Let me just add somewhere to show that by capturing moving images, then you just put the brackets videography somewhere to show that that's what we're talking about. Then at the end, I say, and creating combinations and reductions of parts of this video in live production and post-production. Then on the post-production, you put in brackets video editing. So I like this definition because this is the first definition I've seen which has said everything. If you talk about video production. Because sometimes a lot of people they have confusion. Because when you think about video production, it's not whereby you say, okay, the video that you are going to be shooting, then it's going to be put on TV. No. Video production, usually, the one we're dealing with is, as you see, you create a video, you have your camera, you create a video by recording, the process of recording, right, or capturing moving images. So if you are capturing moving images, that is what is called videography. You are involved in that process of capturing moving images, because if it's not a moving image, if it's a static image, and just having static image, then it will be photography for the sake of maybe actual still images. But this one usually have moving images and creating combinations and the reduction. So say combinations and reductions of parts of this video is like it's the editing part. In live production and post-production. So in the live production is like when we see football, English Premier League. When we are watching live, we are not seeing everything. We assume that we are seeing everything. But what they are doing, they are capturing the event and they are removing some things they don't want us to see, which is a reduction. And they are giving us what they want us to see. So in editing, it's the same thing. So if they can do it live and they can do it in post-production. Post-production, it means they will record everything. Then they will go to the studio. Then they will take the material. They will be engaging into removing something and combining something. They want to tell a story they want to tell. Because in post-production, what happens, unlike in live production, it's like, it's not, I think we'll see that when it comes to, if you are trying to make a video that should tell a story. Or if you are talking about, if it's film production, when you watch a film, sometimes people think like, oh, because you have watched the film, you have that assumption that what you see at the beginning is that was the first shots that they took, and then in the middle, those were the second ones. Maybe at the end. But it actually says, what we see at the end could be the shots that were shot first. They could shoot a scene. I think you remember, I don't know, did you do any video production course, like any video production course apart from this? Television production, Okay, I think we talked about this a little bit, but whereby I say there's a scenario whereby they will have, whereby they will shoot or they'll capture something because it's available. They will not have a script, they will not plan it, which is spontaneous. They will say, okay, we want maybe to have a specific shot. Now they are going somewhere to shoot it, and now they discover, no, where they are, there is another good scene. But that scene on the script is at the end. Or maybe they have gone somewhere like in Zuzu or whatever place, and they know that the first scene is in Blantyre, second scene is in Irongwe, the other scene is in Zuzu. The scene at the middle is again in Blantyre. So for them to say, okay, we'll come here and shoot the beginning, and go to we shoot another one, go to Zuzu, and then they come go again to Blantyre and shoot in the middle, it will be time wasted. So what they are going to do, they will just go at one place and look all the scenes that are supposed to take place at that place. Even if it's at the end, they will shoot all those scenes at once. So what they do, they will have them in not order, not sequential order. When they go to post-production, is now where they are going to be sorting out the issues. Cutting this is supposed to be at the edge. They will take this, they will put it here, they will take it, they will put it here. That's post-production. So video production, that's what you can also get involved here, whereby if it's a post-production, anything goes. Because sometimes people, they forget about it. Say, no, if you know that the director is not creative enough, you would end up spending a lot of money because of not knowing how to go about the production. In terms of knowing that we can shoot all the scenes at once. So, as I'm saying, this is a very good definition. And then we talk about, in most cases, the captured video will be recorded on electronic media such as videotape, hard disk, or solid state storage, right? But it might only be distributed electronically without being recorded. It is equivalent of filmmaking, but with images recording electronically instead of film stock. So I think when you have here, I know because we watch films, but the films that I'm talking about here, because you take I mean, to go to the history of filmmaking, or you know, there's this when they talk about filmography. If you just go check the images of the old films of filmmaking, it was nothing to do with these camcorders or video, I mean recorders. They had those bigger, as I said, a table like this, and you have something that is around here. And so they had those reels, like tapes, the tapes whereby they will run, you have them. I think if you have ever gone to a cinema, you know what I'm talking about. Have you ever gone to any cinema and see where they play the actual film? In a not latest recent cinema, but in the old cinemas, they will have those reels, which is like wheels, 2 wheels. There's supposed to be 2. One from this side, so it will be rotating. This side will be going to the other side, like as if you see tire wheels on the bicycle. But that will be the film. So the old films making, it was like that one, whereby they will use those big cameras with wheels and reels. But nowadays, the video production we're talking about here, we're talking about whereby materials are recorded digital. There's that digital, whereby people are using video cameras that have got tapes. And now we reach where we have got now cards. This a card that is inserted into a camera to record the data. So it's different from the old one. But now, maybe as we have talked about here, we could do, if you talk about just video production alone, because we talk about like television production as well, we did separately. But video production alone, you could see that it is done with different purposes. It's not actual one purpose, because unlike in the film production, when you were talking about film production, it was more like they knew that what we are recording here is going to be exhibited in this theater. It's going to be exhibited in this theater that a lot of people are going to be watching what we're doing. While in the video production, it's not just being saying that, okay, we are doing this for so many people. No. It could be specific purpose, and you could, if even individuals could be having their own video for their own purpose. We gave an example, like I don't know in other countries they do that, but you know in here we had those wedding videos, whereby they don't even have a director, specific director to be directed. No wonder you just have a cameraman who just do what is called point and shoot. Just take the camera on, record, then you just move it anywhere. Don't even know anything. Camera movements, they don't know anything. No wonder they will be seeing those ones whereby somebody's coming there, you just smash the camera away. So they will do everything. They will make a zoom in, zoom out without a reason. You even ask yourself, why was this person zooming? And they can even zoom out or zoom in at nothing. The camera was pointing on the floor. There's completely zero now. Then you see zooming out on the floor. Then zoom, because they knew that this one is only for family. It's not that you are going to be putting it in the theater. So you could have something like this. Practically, video production is as I talked about there, but let me just go further. Practically, video production is the art and service of creating content. Maybe this one will be another one I'm trying to say. Creating content and delivering a finished video product. It's video production. This is the further than what we've talked about already. Practically, video production is the art and service of creating content. Art and service of creating content and delivering a finished video product, right? And this can include, in general, you see what is going to be talking about here. This could include production of television programs, television commercials, corporate videos, event videos, wedding videos, special interest home videos. You see? What it means in video production is not like just only, for example, if you know that you are doing this for the television, then you be strict as what you are doing for film production. You edit it knowing that, oh, this is for TV. But you might have someone say, okay, this is just for wedding. You are going to treat it differently because you know there are not a lot of people who are going to say. Sometimes you say, okay, this is for corporate. Okay, corporate, maybe they are going to be corporate executives just watching. So then you are going to treat it in a certain way based on the way, meaning who is the actual consumer of what you are doing. And a video production can range in size from, as I said, from family making home movies with a prosumer or camcorder or one sole camera operator with a professional or camera or in a single camera setup, which is called a one-man band, or a videographer with a sound person somewhere else, or to a multi-camera setup whereby you have so many cameras in a television studio. That is to production track requiring a whole television crew. A production track is talking about this. We're coming from small, from the camera, from the family, whereby it's on the family level. Then you could have somebody with a little bit, maybe a helper for sound, because sometimes you need to get sound. You've been seeing those who have maybe the boom mics, they want specific sound. So you might have maybe a person with somebody to be recording the sounds, or you might have now it's like for television, whereby you are doing it in the studio. Sometimes now you have this what is called the production track. Production track is now whereby you can have a vehicle, maybe like a bus like that one, or maybe like a van, with the whole production crew inside. Cameraman, editors, and then you can be moving around. These big video stations, I don't think we have it in Malawi, but the BBC, CNN, they do have something like that, whereby they could be told that, okay, there is something happening somewhere. They will just come with the production van. They will do everything on spot. They will shoot something there. They will even present it to the news right away there. They will record it, they will edit it, they will everything. So it's still part of what we're talking about, video production. So I think maybe in this one we'll say, when we're talking about video production, like we are encompassing everything. Because if you have done issue, maybe your brain about television production, it is already telling us. Television production. Only whatever videos is captured in the television production is meant to be broadcast to the public. It's already telling us it's for broadcast. It's like if you're talking about the radio production, it's everything is for the radio. While for video production, it's not just for television. It's any production that is you're using a camera to capture something, to organize, to tell an event using by capturing a particular event somewhere, and then editing in post-production, maybe live, but it might be for the TV, it might be not for the TV, it might be, so that's what we're talking about. Right, so what else do we have here apart from what we've talked about? Okay. Styles of shooting, I think you already know, we talked about earlier, we even still talk about it. But styles of shooting include on a tripod, which is a common one, whereby you see you have a person with the camera, then with a tripod, which is a camera mount. You put it somewhere and then you'll be shooting. So you have a tripod for a locked down shot, because when you say a locked-down shot, you could have like the way they do like English Premier League. When you are watching TV or football, we see so many angles, isn't it? But if you observe in the ground, maybe you only see one camera or two cameras moving. They move without even people. The one that is up, and if the second one, there even a camera used on the trolleys, whereby they could be moving from this corner to that corner, down, on like a rail thing. Maybe you cannot even see them, but they just move on. You don't see like the usual cameraman running around the ground. So what they do, they will have this, what they're talking about here, they will have a usually like similar to a tripod. They might have a tripod whereby you want to just have a fixed shot that we want to be shooting this area. Then instead of you to have somebody handling the camera all the time, it will be a problem. So what you do, having a tripod, you just place it there, directly where you want to be shooting. You have also a tripod somewhere you direct it. So usually, as you can see, a tripod, it means you want to have fixed shots. If it's not a fixed shot, then it's where now you cannot put it on the tripod. You carry it, or so camera mounts are so many camera mounts. You can put it on a movable camera mount, or you handle it in the hands by the cameraman and the like. Right, so you can have that style, people doing it. What else? And you have these, apart from the tripod, you have handheld cameras, whereby you style, whereby you have handheld to attain a more jittery camera angle. So without it down, as I'm saying, you can even, or even if it was a competition, people could challenge, because when you think about the camcorders, you know what camcorders, those small cameras, handheld cameras, like portable cameras, they are very light, they are very simple. But you will challenge that, no, I can handle this. Even if you are portable, which is very light, if I can tell you, can you handle this, you should not shake. You could say, how do I do it? Handle it for something like 5 minutes, and let's take the camera and picture, zoom in on your hand to see if you are not shaking. You discover there are minor shakes, they are there. It's almost impossible to just be without shaking using your hand. It will be almost impossible. So you will still be shaking. The only way if you don't want to shake is then you need to put the camera somewhere. But now there's a scenario whereby you want to now to shoot something that maybe is moving. So it means you need the camera to be moving. And if it is going to be having noticed jitters, it doesn't matter, because it's going to be a moving subject. So now it's where you have that handheld camera, you put it in your hand, and then you'll be following all those movements. Panning, pan left, pan right, tilt up, tilt down. Zoom is, as I said already, you zoom in if it is the camera that is on a tripod, you're going to do the zooming. But as I said, the zooming in until we need to learn, because in Malawi, maybe we are excited because we grew up, most of the people grew up without getting into contact with cameras. So when you have the camera during the first time, you were excited to the extent that you just want to touch any button on the camera. So the cheapest button that is there, because of it is, you have an impact which you see directly. It is a zoom in, zoom out. When you carry and you discover, when you make the zoom, it's zooming in. So if you leave it even to a kid, if you can leave it to a kid with the camera, you discover will be abusing the zoom button. Zooming in without the reason, zooming out without the reason. Why are you zooming in? You don't even know what's the reason of zooming in. But if you are a videographer, and if you know videographer, or even a video production, any camera movement you do, you should do it with the paper. It has got the papers. You don't do pan left without a reason. You don't zoom in without a reason. If there's no reason for zooming in, don't zoom in. If you don't, so it's like what you do if you want to be a professional, you know what your movement, and you should make a movement because there is a reason of doing that. You want a certain impact. Each movement has got a specific impact. So, and the downside of saying, if you don't know how to care, because sometimes as a journalist, because you're doing this, but you might use it in your work of journalism, you can face some dilemmas sometimes, whereby you know that most of the time, as I'm telling you, most media houses, they don't have adequate personnel. Now they will say there's a story somewhere, so they will tell you that if you want to go somewhere, if you want to shoot, if you want video shoot, if you want to be captured on video, you should go to this department, get the camera, and they will shoot it for you. So it's simple in some days. But you have days whereby everybody is busy. All the cameramen are not there, or persons are not there. So you are supposed to go to an event, but now you need to take the camera yourself. So for a professional camera, you need to know what to do, because one of the things, power of the camera, to know the battery level, is the battery charge, is one of the most important issues to observe. Space. Do we have space? If there was a card there, do we have enough space? So you have people maybe who are amateurs, they will forget, overlook that one. They will go to a very important event, they will take the camera, they will take it. You go there, and then you start shooting, you discover the camera shut down. Look around, and when maybe the important speech is in progress. Look around, it was not charged. Sometimes it was charged, but you forgot to check the card that is. If it's, so it's a problem, because sometimes you go, when you go to media houses, you cannot just find the materials by somebody and delete them. You don't usually do that. It happens, usually, there's a lot of sabotage. Maybe you notice that when you go there, whereby you have computers. So if you have your materials, for your materials to not be deleted, what do? You just search a certain computer, you create a folder, anonymous folder somewhere, and you keep your things in there. So you can be surprised sometimes you have come at that computer, you discover your folder is not there. Somebody just delete it without your knowledge. But when you keep your file and you know that there's going to be a story in the future, you use the same video. But sometimes you can just shoot, sometimes when you say, no one use bulletin. Use bulletin in a video clip, they can take something like 40 seconds. You could go to an interview somebody 1 hour. But they will just take 30 seconds of that 1 hour to be in the news. So because of that, what you do, some amateurs will think like the other part is useless. But for a person who knows how things work, there are some other days whereby you don't, as I talked about, dry days, stories are not coming up. So what you do, you keep that video. Because if it's 1 hour, it means that person has talked about a lot of things. So you just observe issues he was talking about. When you have maybe dry days has come, what you do, you just pick one issue, what he talked about. Oh, he was talking about this. Then you write a story about it. The clip is already there. You just take the video, you select where he was saying it, you cut that emotion, you add it into the, you may have a story. You could have one clip, you come up with maybe 4 or 5 stories. Not just one time, but the other story will come another day, and even the person will be surprised. No, I didn't say anything, but I'm having my story, my clip on the TV. But it was just maybe one interview. Because the thing is, when you go some other sources, they are very excited into talking. When you come, you tell them I want to interview, they will talk about a lot of things. So you go there, they will need them. Sometimes because you have no time, you can just leave them. Oh, let them talk. They will talk for 2 hours. So they will be asking you, when is the story coming out? They expect it to come. I remember there was I think it's one time there was a story. I think it was a second models. No, not the one of these models like Toyota around. So what they did is those guys, which is very surprising. Normally, if they call people from Times, they also call from the Nation. If they just wanted to print media, they call Times the Nation. If it's TV, they're going to take maybe TVM one other. But that time I was surprised. They just called it Times only. There was nobody from the Nation, there was nobody from other. I think the media, maybe if they were not too, I think I don't know, maybe I was the only one, if I'm not mistaken. But now, you go there, now let's say, even what they are talking about, they are not that, but sometimes, let me just say, as a reporter, you should be able to know the distinction between news and PR, public relations. So, most of these institutions whereby they will call you, we have got something to say, like we have got a story. When you go there, you can even see that this is public relations. There's nothing news, because news, there should be something in news with to it. When you listen to it, because you will go up the person, no. In here, I don't see anything news with. But something that I'm seeing news with would be negative to them. Because you are not supposed to be told, no, you should write about it. No. I will come here and see what they are telling me is just advertising and PR, but I'm seeing that the condition of the workers here is pathetic. I'm seeing that would be a story, a big story. But not a problem, because when they come, they say, they will come, they say they'll give you allowance, they feel like they are obligated, as if they have bought you. So the story came out, the story did not come up the other time. They had to call. No. The story, no. I'm not in charge because I get the story. The editors make the decision. Now the story came out, I think, after that day, but it was a small portion. And I said, we saw the story, but it says all the story. So you mean you wanted the story to be bigger? You are telling us what to do, because that's not the journalists are supposed to be. The issue is the same I'm saying, whereby you can have captured the whole issue. You discover here, story is just this portion. So what do? You just take the small portion and then the other one you keep. Another day, the other part could be story. You could use it, maybe in a longer part, it could make sense because you want to write something else. So usually just keep. But I'm saying, I was referring to keeping materials like the videos, whereby there's a lot of sabotage around. Because what you do, when you are around, you don't see somebody deleting anything. But you come, some other people, they just look for themselves. They will come, no, I've got it. And some people even tend to wonder. Like usually, if you are doing a program like what is called a program like a special program, it does not go beyond 1 hour. But you can be supply somebody with somewhere and get a material. Then it could even be maybe 2 hours. But the story that is coming there, very small, and then videos, the files are big. So they will come. Where can we? This computer doesn't have space. That's the space. What can you do? Just just delete some things in this one. They will just go there, look at the phone, without asking whose materials are this. They will just see which this is bigger file, delete. They will take the materials, put it there. So you come, no. So you can have but normally professional, as I'm saying, when you go somewhere and you have taken your camera and then you didn't check the card that it was full. Then you started shooting, it is showing, indicating maybe the card is full. You cannot just delete the material because you don't know what is there. It might be somebody's material that is important. But if you just show that you did not prepare when you are coming to that function, when you go to that function, because you needed to make sure those are the two things that are most important. Making sure that there is space for your recording in your camera. If it's a camera itself, or there's a card, or if it's a videotape, okay, you should be so sure. The two, it is charged. Those are the two basic important things that you element to know. The other elements could be now the functionality of the camera, especially the sound. Because most of the things that let people down, I discovered, like you have a camera, everything is okay. The space is there, it's charged. But now, the sound is not big. And the only sound is not just a matter of, that is the camera working. No. You need to be, to observe when you are shooting, that the camera, the sound is being picked. Because sometimes you can have that is shooting, so because of this viewfinder, which is on the side of the camera, you open it and you see that it's shooting, recording. So because you are seeing it, unfortunately, you don't usually listen to what is being captured, you think that everything is okay. You go to a news and then you open it, you play a video, there's no sound. what happened? Oh, no, maybe they can't, So it's embarrassing. That unfortunately, it can work on TV as what is called the, cutaways. For cutaways, those images you put, like the story is being read, then you have to be showing some other images. You don't want to just have one image. So, because there is somebody speaking, it would be indicating those cutaways. But the voice is important because you might need to have a clip as a bite, sound bite, to say a person, because on TV, you are not supposed to be the one just speaking. Like, let me just say in the news as a whole, as a profession, people, not just newspaper, but I'm saying, let me just say in journalism, whereby you're trying to get the information, even on TV, if you see a host has invited people, and the host is speaking more than the interviewees, just know that this is an amateur. Because you as the host, like you are like a reporter, you don't create news. You are just there to present what's happening. If there is a view, it's not your view. You should show that, okay, this is the view of these people. So you have some other people whereby, I remember that there is a certain platform online, which is popular nowadays, because some celebrities have been there. Maybe you have seen it. It's called a drink champs. Okay? It's like it's done by a certain a rapper called Noriega. Now he was a rapper, an underground hip hop artist, one of the old hip hop artists. He was popular during the times when LL Cool J was at the top, Busta Rhymes was at the top. So he's one of the legends of hip hop. Now we decide this is a common thing for maybe musicians who are not doing music anymore. So they get money through what are called podcasts. You just create, like the way we are. I could say, okay, I will just bring cameras there. Then I'll be in front, I'll call a popular artist, maybe Lucius Band will be here. But I'll be asking questions. And I'll be talking normal, random questions. It's not like a news program, but just like a normal chat. Then you talk about different issues, then I'll call another person another time. So because if you be bringing celebrities, you can become popular easily. And if the TV channels are going to be tapping in your material, they pay you. If they don't tap in your material nowadays, people they make money even without going on TV. If advertisers say, okay, because it's popular, they will be giving you money to be putting adverts in your podcast. So you can get money. So it's a common thing nowadays. So him himself, he has never been a journalist. He was just a rapper. I knew him. He has never studied. So the people who have never done journalism, they think it's okay that they can just do things, issues to do with journalism without a problem. Because as long as you speak, that they think, forget there's some other things whereby you still need to learn journalism. If you want to, this is mass communication. The tricks of mass communication are the same. You need to know what mass communication is all about. So one of the things, what I'm saying is the same thing I'm saying, whereby you have a guest. A guest is saying something, you have asked a question. A person is trying to explain, you are interrupting the person. Okay, it's continuing, you are interrupting. So he does that most of the time. So when you check, because you know on the internet, there is instant reactions. Just check out the comments. That's one of the most of the people they talk about the same thing. This interview would have been better had it been he was not interrupting the host. He does a lot of interruptions, so easy. But himself, I don't know if he noticed that. He thinks that sometimes you listening to a host, then you want to show that you are more knowledgeable than the host. But if you are a professional guy, if you want to just give the information to the people, that's not what you do, because you are not doing it for yourself. And in video, you are not having a TV, a camera, that is okay. You can show a person that I know this. But when you put a camera there, if it's online, what you're talking about, you are doing it for the people who are seeing, watching. So what you do to make it assignment, they say you play ignorant. You just pretend like you don't know. Once you pretend like you don't know, a person is going to tell you a lot of things. But once you show like as if you know more, the person will tell you a few things. Because he's already know this. So that's a mistake that maybe some of the hosts you find them they do when they are having this. I mean, their shows or whatever production. But still, we are going to notice that we needed to know what you are doing. What are we doing? Getting the information to the people. Yeah, not your ideas, but the ideas of the people. All right. So. What I'm saying here, we talked about using tripod, handheld camera, then you have other techniques whereby there's a lot of gadgets that are used to do video production. In video production, you don't have just one specific. You have according to the effect you want. And if you go try to search on the internet in terms of the film production, unfortunately, because we don't take much time, I don't know if it's a problem of interest. It's the same as even music. For people who are interested in music, like myself, when I'm free, I'm passionate about it. If I'm free, but I don't just go to say, okay, I want to listen to this. No. I could go and see how did they make this song. So nowadays you have videos for that. You can go and find somebody in the studio, and he'll be telling you how he was making a song. Okay, you bring the audio videos. All these audio videos, okay, I took this sample, I take this voice, and I take the voice from this video, I combine, I make the drum. So it's something that you say, okay, this is the way they can make a song like this. And now video production is the same thing. When you just say, okay, the popular films we have seen, try to say on the internet, say, okay, the making of maybe The Matrix. You see video, they will be showing you how they were making that movie. And you see that, oh yeah, there is a lot to it. They create things that you didn't know. How did they, as I'm saying, I gave an example. You have a machine which is, they say a troller. You have an effect, what is called trolling, whereby you want to be following the subject. So they can take the camera and mount it. There's a camera mount which has wheels. So when the subject is good, they'll be following the subject. But what you want yourself is not that you need to buy the camera, the machine which has wheels. Because the people are going to be watching the film will not see that, will not know how you come up with that. They will see the effect. So what it means is, you cannot complain to say, I failed to have this impact of following somebody because I didn't have money to buy this. It means you're not creative. Because what you need to do, because people are not going to be seeing you, you can find a way of making it possible. I'll tell you that there's some other movie, they take even a wheelchair, actual wheelchair. Then they'll put a camera there. Then they'll be moving it on the wheelchair. Who can see? The camera is not shooting the wheelchair. You're not going to be seeing that impact. That is following. So there's a lot of things that people, I even saw a short at the lake. They put something, I think they put a person in the air, and the person hanging in the air, and somebody grabbing here, and they grab the camera there. You can't even know to capture a certain angle on the lake. So what we do as, no wonder you need to have a creative director who can think beyond, it's called outside the box, to say, how can I capture this shot? Because as I tell you, some of the shots have good special impacts. Without it, it's not all about the camera. Some people think about all the camera. Or for example, I gave an example whereby you want to have a giant, and they say, where can we find a giant? Forgetting, using camera tricks, you could make a short guy look like a giant. It's possible. How do you do it? It's just you remember there is pan left, pan right. Tilt up, tilt. The tilt up, the issue of element of tilt can show that something is very tall. No wonder when they are showing buildings, tall buildings, they start showing from the bottom and then they go up. And once it's like you shoot something, camera should be down, and then you should be shooting it from upwards. It will appear big. And if somebody doesn't know, will think like, because I've got an example. I don't know if you watch these action movies. There's a certain movie called Lionheart. Maybe somehow they say A War by Jean-Claude Van Damme. Do you know that movie Lionheart, whereby he was going into streets doing street fights. Then you go in different places, but there's a group called the Lionheart. Okay, there was one scene whereby because he was at the army, and then his brother, he was involved in drug trade. Then one of the drug whatever colleagues, they bent him, they poured gasoline on him, so he was at the hospital critical. So they sent a message to him. He was working, I think it was like one of the soldiers in North Africa by the French soldiers. So they sent him a message to say your brother is critical, but his commanders, they did not gave him the message until after something like 2 weeks or 1 month. Then he discovered no. The message has reached me, but it was supposed to be given to me 3 months ago. What happened? And the manager, the boss said, no, you are not supposed to. When you come here, your family doesn't matter. I said, no, I don't leave my family, whatever. So he was like that man, and then fast forward, they said, no, you are rude. Take this person, put him in like a punishment, like a box, like a dog, and log him there for whatever. They want to log him, and then they said, no, I'm going to escape. He hit those people, he hid in a ship, and then they looked for him, they didn't see him, and the ship was heading to the USA, and then the people on the ship, they just thought he was one of the workers. Oh, you shouldn't be working, whatever. And then fast forward, he reached the USA, he went to the hospital, he found his brother died, whatever, so he was sad. But now, when he was moving around, he discovered people were converging somewhere. When he went there, he discovered it was under the bridge, people around him, two people were fighting. After fighting, they were giving money. So what happened? So there was a volunteer to say who is going to fight this person. After fighting one person, people they paid and they get the money. So the point I was trying to do is there was this, right? Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, so what I was saying, I was trying with that there was a scene, that's what I'm trying with that, whereby himself he volunteered, because he wanted the money. He didn't have anything. So he said, people are getting this money here. So he just said, who's going to be the next man? He volunteered himself. So he said, who's going to fight this person? Oh, what's your name? Oh, my name is this. Then a black person came in. So as I'm saying, the viewers, they were beating. Look, this one is going to win this one. So when he was coming with black person, they had that show I'm talking about, whereby they showed him from the bottom angle. So he looked like a giant. Yeah? And I'm saying this was a giant. And now when they show him on the other angle, it shows that he was not a giant. He was maybe a little bit shorter than the white guy. But that first shot, you would really think like he was a very tall giant, something like that. So I think you see camera angles, how the effects of camera angles. You would do, okay, well, if you're going to shoot it like this, it will appear like this. You see? So that's why I'm just saying that it's so many ways, and the bottom line is there are so many purposes of doing that. As I'm saying, video production is also being carried out with different purposes, and you be treated according to the purpose you want to treat. In terms of talking about the purpose here, let us look at this purpose, one of the purposes that you could use it for. Corporate video, maybe you heard about it. When you say, imagine, I just used to say I want to write. I was about to write something here. Right. Corporate, So corporate video. So I'm saying sometimes, or even the music, people, there are other people who say, you do corporate music. I know some other people here in Malawi, whereby you come, you don't do performances easily. When you do performances, you do at a very expensive place. If you check about the entry fees, 50,000, 70,000, everybody say, no. This person, he does corporate shows. Because the people who can afford those, you're talking about people who are from the corporates. It's the same. So I'm saying it's the same way. You can have a video where you're working with the company, not just doing the video for like, okay, it's going to be something, but maybe they want to serve the purposes of a specific corporate institution. So on the corporate video, I talk about corporate video production covers a wide range of purposes, from corporate communication training to education, right? So you can have videotaping conferences and conversations. You can have products and services. You can have sales. So when you say corporate, just think about any corporate, like which is corporate in Malawi. I think that's where you can see that. I think in Malawi we need to jack up when it comes to our own companies. To be truthful, because right now, let's say, can you just think about a bigger Malawi corporate? You have a problem to try to think which corporate is big or no. They're not many. In the past, when you say there were a lot of them, like Malawian companies. Most of the products were Malawian companies that were making. But now I think, if you think most of them, you just think about now, Shoprite, think about Game, or think about, you see, these are not from Malawi. But we might have, a few, which is a corporate company that is a little bit bigger. I don't know. I'm trying to figure. Maybe you can know. Maybe you don't know much, but you know any, which is a bigger one. I'm trying. Which they make the same product that is popular. Maybe rubber processors. Maybe I'm thinking about rubber processors because I can think about they try to do diversify, doing a lot of things. Peanut butter and doing things. So if it's for rubber processors, it means you might have a video about their products. So you might even have a video just to cover their conferences. They're having a conference somewhere, only just to be covering how the conferences go down, whatever. You might have maybe the video just to show the training, how they are training the people, or the video just to communicate, maybe to the workers, to just to show them how someone. So you could deal with the corporate production in such a way, and I'm saying the treatment of it will depend on your purpose. You say, okay, what is the intention of this video, and then you know how you're going to go about it. What else? You talk about a popular type of corporate shoot is known as what is called a candid or a happy face video, in which a medical day event is covered by a video crew, including speakers, and then you have breakout sessions, and you have award ceremonies, and you have local recreation activities in which the conventioners participate. Right? So usually, I think you already know why they call this happy face production type. It's because usually there is a lot of, when you talk about corporate, there's a lot of public relations issues to do with corporates. Corporates, they don't like usually to maybe document negative materials about them. They cannot have a video to talk about how they fail to do something. No wonder they will say happy faces when they just want to show glamorous. They will even have somebody speaking about it. They will take maybe a lady who is looking, a charming lady, to say, oh, he's talking about good products. They want to make people say, oh yeah, this is beautiful. Everything they try to do. So you usually have that type of approach. They will show everything, but you later found like on the negative side of most of the corporate. So you have something like that. What else you have here about this? Okay. Right. So we can think about other things maybe that is to do with corporate. But we have that corporate video. That's what you need to know. Corporate video production. We might also have, which you already know, I talked about it, television broadcast, or television production, or that is, well, video production, that is usually for the television. And you know, when you think about video production for television, you know, there is issue to do with what is called the broadcast standards. Because there's a difference, because when you think about corporate, usually it's not just meant for broadcast. It might be meant just to be shown. So you have like here, Magna, they have their specific standards for broadcast. So if it's for TV, then you need to know that you are adhering to that. If it's just the other part we are talking about, it means you don't care much about the broadcast standard, because it's not all for broadcast, just whatever. Unless if you plan to put it on TV, then you will be thinking about it. But usually for TV, you'll be thinking about the broadcast standard, or television standard, and I mean, nowadays you see, it's all about I think it's not even a secret. You know, you don't expect to be having like a video that is on TV like with a very poor quality. There's this high definition videos, HD videos. Quality is most of the times like a priority to say, okay, on TV you're supposed to be having this material. You can even think about what you get on, like, let me say, DSTV. I've ever found like a program with very bad quality images. If usually it's bad quality, then they will tell you, maybe they're showing an audio clip. But you usually they make sure that the quality is of a specific standard when it comes to that. What are we saying here? In the television broadcast, we have a number of styles. As I say, usually nowadays you have high definition formats of video that is being captured. Usually is stored in HD, which is high definition, and it's already, as I talk about, it's digital. And then you can have a number of production styles, and you're talking about what is called the ENG. I think you've been hearing about that. It's like it's used by the news crew, which is called electronic news gathering, right? You've got EFP, electronic field production, right? So electronic news gathering is the way we use electronic gadgets. You're getting the materials you want using the electronic gadgets, as you have maybe recorders, you have the digital camera, you have all those, and you capture and even using electronic gadgets in your video production. Whatever, this is the where was I? EFP, electronic film production. This one I've seen it, but I've heard somebody I knew who used this. The person who was working at NBC radio now he's stopped working there. So he was he's an agent of Reuters news agency, right? So at first he was just doing documentaries. They were just because Reuters is a news agency. They sell news content. So what they do, they have representative from different countries on different topics. They will capture information. If you want information of another, maybe news from elsewhere in the world, you get it from Reuters. So they make sure quality is paramount. So what they do, if you are a representative or waiting for them, they send you the gadgets, the cameras. You don't buy them. So they send you the cameras, they send you everything to be. And what they do is they send the equipment. You go and shoot. Then you got to do the commentary yourself. But what you do, you don't speak. What they do, you go and then when you are capturing, you arrange it and then you write down. You say the first comment, you just write the speed, right, and now you send the video and then the writer. So at the writers, what they do, they'll have a white person there reading what you wrote. So you see a documentary of Africa, but somebody who is speaking is a white person. You can even know the person, this is a white person. Why is this white person? When did he come to shoot here in Africa? But what they do, there will be Africans who are working for them, they will shoot the material, they will tell them even the standard, the way they want. They are strict. We do. And nowadays, I don't know how much, but that guy, I don't know, he was quoted by one of the makers, this guy is a stingy or whatever, but he was making money, because I was saying he was paid in pounds, I think. So you would even see him, a person moving around with a bunch like this of pounds, sterling, a bunch, maybe the thousands, I don't know, but I'm hearing that one production, I don't know how much he was given, because I knew a person who was working, was it BBC? That time, it was a long time ago. He was given something like $500 per story by that time. So by then, $500 per story was not bad. And then if you do in a week a number of stories, it means it's so he was the video guy. He should be given more than that. So he was making. So the other time I met him, I discovered he had one room. So this time I said no. This time we moved. So where he was, I discovered that now he had an office, and he had 3 rooms. His office, then the production room, and another room for secretary. He grew up. So I said, and they were sending him equipment, So when he said, no, now this time we will receive the equipment, then we're going to do production in the bush. We're going to go somewhere and shoot and edit it there and send it right there where you are in the bush, whatever, and send it direct to waiters. So the machine he was talking about is this one, which is it's being called here EFP, electronic field production. What it means is like you have, instead of just electronic news gathering we are talking about, that when you go out there, you shoot using electronic equipment. This EFP, it means you can shoot where you are. You are not supposed to say you shoot, then you have to go to the new studio to edit. You can edit it right there where you are. You shoot, you be there, you take material using the same machine, you edit there, you finish, you broadcast, you send it right away where you are to the studio. That's now another one. You can even see the advantages of it. If there is maybe a breaking story, it means because by the time you are traveling to go to the studio, things might be changing. You might reach there now, something, maybe a development is happening. So it could take time, but this one, it could make you that you could, once the issue is happening, I think we've been seeing most of these live broadcasts, most of them, even BBC, they do that, whereby there will be somebody speaking something, and something has happened. Just after a few minutes, you discover that they are now repeating the same thing, but now editing. Some other person has been moved, somebody is saying, how did they do production like this? Is this using this, especially when you are not at the studio, because this is not at the studio. So you can have this type of, and I think all the television production type, people are going in this direction. You, as I gave an example in the past, whereby they will have those vans written, maybe chap with TV. Usually those vans are not just vans. If you go inside, it's like a studio. They can do whatever they can do at the television studio inside the van. So it's like a new type of video production that is happening, but now this is because it's for TV. So, as I'm saying, had it been it was not adhering to specific standards, they would have just maybe using a normal way, but because of specific standards, that's why they have to still have equipment that they can use to maintain that. In terms of the quality, in terms of other, they know how they can go about it. So we have this approach, and television broadcast production including as what we saw on TV. We have television commercials that we do see there. We have informations. So commercials is typically, you know, those that are oriented to increase sales. They are created to encourage viewers to purchase a particular item. Informations is now a combination of trying to sell the product at the same time giving out information about the product. So usually informations are more or less connected to complex items. Items that maybe they need a little bit, people need a little bit knowledge on some other area. So they know that we cannot just sell it will be a problem. We need to also be telling them some other things. So it could be maybe electronic gadgets or maybe complex gadgets or even issues to do with maybe medicines, healthy issues, because you need to make sure that people are not misled by your advertising. That's why you can have, so you still have, if it's video production for this, and you could have different approaches, because I'm saying, if you check actual commercials, they usually have that the happy face issue, whereby everything is just happy, and they could even be childish, trying to be childish, to make sure that people are just comfortable. But when you are combining this commercial information, it means some sensitive information, you cannot be childish and say and communicating sensitive information. It means you need to know even how you are going to be shooting this or communicating using this in terms of your giving out, whereby they should show some that seriousness. So you have this information, then you have what they call on the newscast. You already know, whereby you have a news at maybe 30:30 something, but newscast. So you know there's a specific, maybe the easiest way would be a newscast. It's a combination of whereby you have the cameras that are static in the studio, capturing the anchor. Then you have got the reports, reports that were done in usually post-production, recorded somewhere and edited in post-production, or it could be a live transmission of somebody live somewhere. That could be. So that's why I say here video production, we talked about live. So they could do even a live edit. It would happen. They would decide what to show, whatever. But it could be both ways. But it's another element you can see in television production. We can also see entertainment shows. These shows like whereby there's a show somewhere else, Namadi whatever is performing somewhere. So you have camera placed there, showing capturing the show to be placed on TV. So you see the manner that one can be also shown, and whatever you have documentaries, and you know what documentaries are. It's like those video production. Documentaries are not live. It's like they undergo post-production, whereby you address information about a specific issue in depth. It's an in-depth, maybe let me say, presentation of details of a specific issue, a particular issue, or a person, or maybe a subject. So you have something like that in a documentary, and you can have news magazines. News magazines are those packages whereby you have news items, different news items, not just one. You have sports, you have health, you have maybe different packages of news. They will be packaged in one program. And then you have sitcoms. Sitcoms is you have like, let me say, show. I don't know if you have a sitcom in Malawi, but there was the old sitcom in America. I don't know what you have now. We have the Cosby Show. They say the Huxtables. We had the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We had what? What were these other sitcoms? There were other sitcoms. I don't know. You know what sitcoms are? But there are some other examples. I don't know now that we are too consumed with these series, whereby we just share series. So we don't even know that which people, if they are still watching sitcoms. In Malawi, there was an attempt of a sitcom at a specific time. I don't know what happened. There was a certain show called it was done in South Africa. And it was a very good production, but I was even doubting, are they going to sustain it? Indeed, they did not sustain it. It was a very good production. It was similar to Generations. Generation was also a sitcom. It was like the Generations. So I don't know what happened to it. I'm writing stories. Let's forget the name. Okay, so we have that one on the TV. Then we have what I call the reality shows. Reality shows, example would be Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey, the show where there's even Trevor Noah. Is it the one, the daily show or whatever? And so you have those where it's a show, people, they do present different issues. They have people coming in, celebrities coming in. They'll talk about music, they'll talk about everything, So we have all these involved, all they need is the production, it's the video production, because we see them on TV. So you can appreciate maybe the variety of how materials for TV, how they are shot, by observing these different kinds of material that are there. Because when you are on TV, you can even know the difference, not just by telling you that maybe this is a sitcom. No. But even in the packaging of it, even the shot, even the kind of shots, you even know that this is different. The way the sitcom comes in, you cannot say this is news. You know this is not news. There is a certain way, even the way they manipulated what is called the color temperature, the color, the tone, like Hollywood, the way they do it. Hollywood, if it's a movie, you can even tell this is a movie by just seeing the color, the color temperature of the picture. That I think this looks like a movie. If you take a normal camera and you come shoot somebody, you know this is just a normal shoot. So there are treatments to do with the color, treatment to do with maybe even the sound effects, effects of the picture. So you have all those that will tell you that this is a production different from this one. This is the production different from this one. And whether it's going to have a live element or whether it's going to be needing some special treatment in the post-production, it also depends on what you are going to have. So that's video for television. Then you have video, event video, which is really common here. Event video, like here, talking about a video production, can be used at sporting, school, stage, wedding. All these are the ones that are common in Malawi now. We are familiar with this, whereby we have people shooting just for stage, just a wedding, church, and the similar events to provide recordings of the events, right? Event video productions range in distribution from a wedding video that is custom made for a bride and the groom and their immediate family and friends. But I don't think you have ever watched a wedding video of people that you are not related to. People don't even know. And I know, listen to them, I don't know who started that. Is it at times? They started ABC, they started a program where people they should pay to have the whole wedding on TV, like a replay. I don't believe it was not live. So I was saying, no. Maybe the only way they would be, like, think about yourself. Even if maybe you have got nothing to do, but you are seeing a wedding, you know nobody. There's nobody, you don't even know the person, you want somehow saying what they're doing, and you know how chaotic some of the weddings in Malawi are. I was saying this could be a recipe of trying to teach some of these maybe ladies to start gossiping. That's the thing. Because you don't have anything nice to say. So you see, why are they showing this? Then you start to see some other, And then look at the way the blood has done, maybe wore the cloth. And look at, then you'll be just gossiping about the people. And the way this person is dancing. And that's why you can see that somehow we look for entertainment. People that don't need to be entertained. No wonder, for me, even when it comes to video, I don't even, let me just say films. Let me say that's video production now to dispose for maybe for TV. Those films are usually made for TV. I don't like study stories. I don't like. And I know you can see like America, Hollywood. It's a joke because if you can check the history of film, check the first films that were being made, you discover that the main aim was entertainment. And entertainment is like they were making the films that when you finish it, you should be happy. Not you should be sad after watching the film. So it's like always like if you are sad after watching the film, what it means is like you are buying sadness. Why were you watching? Were you watching? It's like you're looking, you don't know, you are happy, then you don't know how to get a lead if you're happiness. So you want to find sadness somewhere. That's what it means. Some people they will tell you, no, this is a true story. It's a true story. Now that's why it is. So Americans are saying they manipulate black movies. Those are saying, check the white popular actors. Arnold Schwarzenegger, who see the movies they act. Action hero movies. They will do things that you say, no, how can, and you find the little kids, they will be aspiring, I would like to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You give a hope to people. Now you're finding an actor, a black actor, acting movie now, they will bring a slave story. A very sad story, people are whipped, and then they will give it one Oscar. You see, they have won Oscars. So I said, no, this is funny. One of the actors who decided to break that day said, no, I don't want to be acting movies like this. Will Smith. He started making movies as if he was a white guy. Action movies, see even where he is. He's very rich, one of the richest. So say, you see your friend, they are prospering, whatever. And two, the whole instance of this video, where it was coming from. You know, I know you are telling a story because there's a problem where people think like, okay, if you want to tell, maybe if you want to give advice to the people through film, maybe sensitive, you need to be very serious. It's not possible to maybe put a comedy in it. I could say no. If you have ever watched Charlie Chaplin, you know Charlie Chaplin, one of the first actors, he was doing almost everything. He was acting in the film, he was writing the story, he was playing the music, he was directing. The whole film you see, it was him. The sound you hear, it was him. The music here. But when you watch the film, he was able to make a story which is a comedy, but it had feelings. You could even follow the story. It could have a love story in it. You could have you could have all the elements whereby you want to just advise the people. But the film is the entertaining one. You watch it and you will need to watch it again. So how was he managing to do that? So people, as I'm saying that, I'm giving an example like because of the wedding element. There's nothing entertaining for you who don't know them. But you are going to create your own entertainment now. Because you are going to be saying some things to be happy. Can you see this person? I've even seen even some of the Malayan movies, which that's why they missed the point. I don't know who advised some of these directors, whereby they thought that real life stories, which is could be categorized as a drama, because you have comedy, you have good action comedy, you have good maybe whatever. But now they thought that when you are acting a film that is a drama or true life story, it's simple. They thought it like that. I said no. If there is one of the difficult films to make true life stories, drama, because you don't need to pretend. You need to show as if it's happening. So you need professional actors to do that. While when you are acting like comedy, those are the simple issue. But the difference is, These serious movies that you need to spend a lot of time, most people do not like it. You will spend the energy, you spend the money, but most of the, because people they don't want just to be sad. Entertainment is supposed to make you happy, you know what I mean? Or even if, that's what the thing. Now, this is the one that is simple. Even people just act something that is very childish, making people laugh. You see, a lot of people are going to like that one. If you want to say, people can even imply that one. No. But you say no, because I noted the Malawian movie, I noted, they were talking about, no, they spent a lot of money, they were saying. They spent a lot of money, you know, the last fish she bought. So for me, I was saying, okay, don't tell me that it's a Malawian movie, so I should like it. No. Because when I'm watching Hollywood movies, I don't like the whole Hollywood movies because they are Hollywood. I like them because they are good movies. Good story, because the problem I'm saying, if you have a director who knows, in video production, as in this one, I know there's a difference when you think about cinematography, but in video production, you are telling, you're showing something, let me say. So if there is a film, because video production is not all about telling a story. I wanted to say telling a story. No. It's like you're giving out information. That's the difference. With maybe, but usually you can have actual. If it's a film, then it means you have a story to tell. So when it comes to films, there's a problem where people think about camera, how expensive a camera is, 4K, how. So I say they forget the main point. So whatever you are saying about the camera, even if you have got 1,000 cameras, even if when the people are watching, do they watch the cameras? Do they know that you use the 4K camera? They don't even know anything about it. What they will see is the story you are telling. So the most important thing is not the camera, it's not it's the storyline. Meaning, if somebody, you say you want to bring the crew to act a film, a script writer should be a good script writer. Because we have seen it before, even myself, even you have seen your favorite actors, they act a certain film that is very boring. He's a very good actor, maybe he has done, but you tend to wonder, how did this person act a film like this? If you don't discover, he did it because the script was telling him to do that. So, that's why you can discover that you can have a good actor, you can have a good cameras. But if the script is trash, there's nothing, no work done. You know that, but if you can have a very good script, the other one, if you can try, and a good process combination, a good script and a good director. These are the two main elements when it comes to films. Because the director will tell you that according to this scene, this person is going to fit. Can you do it? No. It's not. You are not realistic. Maybe it's not working. Can you do it until you make it? If a director is poor, we will tell you, okay, it's okay. Why it's not okay? So that's the thing. Because if the script is good, but the director is poor, it's going to be again pathetic. Because people will say, it's not realistic. People are going to say, he's trying to. I remember there was one someone, especially in Malawian movies, where you see people are there and they are trying to be maybe sad or they're trying to be happy, but you see that they don't look real. Reality, they look like pretending. It's not real. So people will tell. But I'll say the only way we run away from it is injecting comedy. That's the good thing. And the people they want to run away. No, comedy does not lie. Who doesn't want to laugh? Anyone wants to laugh. People must say, I want to laugh. No. The moment you tell somebody who want to laugh, I don't want to laugh. Look at the other person. He's going to start laughing, smiling, without even telling. Say, let's do a competition. No one should laugh here. When you tell them no one should laugh, it's when they will start laughing. So you see, but and when they do that, if they don't want to talk to people, they will start talking to people right away. That's how good laughter and that's why I like for myself. I will. But unfortunately, Hollywood nowadays is infested with the certain propaganda. It's not just telling the story. In the past, they were aiming at entertainment. While right now, if you watch the movie, you discover that it's nothing to do with entertainment. They are trying to send messages to impact the people with something, their personal agenda. Nothing to do. Someone who can say, but let me tell you, some of the things. Like for me, I was saying, you talk about action, martial arts, okay, entertainment, whatever. But think about the issue of vampire, when actual vampire issue only, apart from the action. What do the vampire do? Can that be fun? If you feel blood of chicken, if you see chicken, you're talking about chicken. How many of you can say, I can drink it, blood of chicken? Chicken. So you're talking about a movie, a person will drink human blood, even the size of human blood, the way it is threatened. So you mean a person, in the past they used to say, anything that is like a bad to that sense, you put them as a villain. So people were happy to say it's a vampire, all right. A main character will beat this vampire, and the people get satisfaction. But nowadays they flip the same since this Twilight, whereby they take a love story and throw into a vampire movie, and now take a vampire, making him a main character. It's like justifying him. So imagine, how can you justify a vampire? It's like the way they talk about witch. They will have stories. What Disney was doing that with the kids. Oh no, there is a good witch and there is a bad witch. How can that happen? How can a good person be a witch in the first place? If he's a good person, he can never be a witch, because what does a witch do? There's a good witch and a good wizard, Wizard of Oz, a one wizard. So you still no. So they started from that time. The only thing they were adding entertainment, but they started like justifying some of the things. But now we have got movies that are now worse, whereby you even see that this is the whole movie is just a propaganda, nothing else. No entertainment, no so which is unbelievable. Yeah, but I mean that's all. They have got their own thing they want to do. So we have that. So we have got television, as I was saying. We have got the corporate video, we have got television broadcasting videos, we have got event videos, and we have got a certain video that are called explainer video. Explainer videos incorporate animation as a primary visual element. Somehow they will show things, then you discover they will show animation. For example, they're trying to describe how a human body works. Then they show somebody explain, then they will go into a graphical mode now with the animation element. And if this one, you would have, I don't know if but usually, let me say, if it's a video person who is captured in this one, you could be involved, not in the whole thing. Because you have a lot of portions whereby you have a graphic designer or a cartoonist. Because like in this one, you can have types, like you have another one whereby you have what is called a whiteboard. Maybe somebody just have a whiteboard like that one, background white. There will be a person here. I think there's a lot of these whiteboard, what do they call them? They say whiteboard. Most of the whiteboard video, you have a lot of these on the YouTube, whereby you just try to find out that maybe, for example, how to solve maybe Pythagoras theorem, and searching on YouTube. You discover, you find maybe there's someone how to cover whiteboard like this. They will be telling you. If you like to solve easily, then they'll spend, sometimes they will be writing on the board, or they will just, but there's a lot. You have that one. If they want to explain deep details in this, when you have that graphic, you will have what they call here. They say what else? A cartoon. So they say cartoon is maybe you just have a person say something, then they'll show a cartoon. You see, but usually if you are the one involved in these types, it means you just have have a tripod somewhere. Then the person will be here. Then if it's a cartoon issue, it means you're going to use a green screen like this. It will be the same issue whereby a person will just stand here, you have a camera, then it's a green screen. What does green screen is, means you use the computer. I mean, this, this is chroma key. Use chroma key to insert what you want somebody is planning to be seen behind. You're going to do that. So, but usually they are going to explain it because they are usually aim is just to explain. I gave an example of how to solve maybe mathematics. Just go and search on the YouTube. You find a lot of videos whereby somebody will just explain. You need to do this. Or even nowadays, that's what I'm saying. It's like that we're in this age of YouTube video. I mean, internet. Unfortunately, in Africa, because of entertainment, we don't utilize it much. We struggle to. I remember there was this issue. Somebody was saying when you are doing dissertation, if you see the dissertation, if you have ever seen the way it is. From page 1 to around page 12, you have numbers, but they are Roman numerals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you reach somewhere whereby you finish like the contents, everything. So you start your own actual project. So you need to start again 1. Now a normal number 1. So people say when we go to the YouTube, Word or Office, when we say page number, it starts from 1 at the beginning. If we change it to Roman numeral, it changes the whole. So how can we change from the beginning to somewhere like page 15? Then it should start from page 15. The other page should start like from 1, which is the difference. So sometimes I didn't think much about it. I said, okay. I just said, okay, let me just search on YouTube. I searched, I find somebody explaining something. And I just downloaded that one and I give the people. And it was the same explainer video. He was just telling, okay, you did, but what he was doing, he explained it, and then he was showing on the computer, actual computer. Now, okay, you open this, then you do this. So you have a lot of these videos, but when they explain the video, they are simple. They don't really usually post-production like the actual film video, whereby you just have to have maybe a single camera shooting somebody who's explaining. Then the others elements would be in the post-production element, like as I'm saying, depending on what you are using. If it's a whiteboard, you can utilize even the board you are using, which is behind you. If it's as I talked about if you see the cartoon, is when you can even decide to use the green screen and the light. Okay, so you have got explainer video, then you have got marketing video. Marketing video are used to promote an organization or product and create awareness among consumers. So marketing is special for marketing, used to promote an organization or a product. Marketing video production ranges from television advertisement to internet commercials and viral videos. But nowadays they are using viral videos. In the past they didn't think about it. I think this is now common. Imagine like talking about YouTube, TikTok. It's like, at the first they thought it's something just to play around. For example, they say, there was this clip has gone viral. All these advertisers, what they are looking for is to contact as many people as possible. So they are looking for ways to say, how can we reach so many people? So they pay organizations, they spend a lot of money, but you discover that they'll put a video. When they put it on TV, they cannot be so sure how many people have watched it. They will assume that, oh, maybe many people have watched it. But when it's online on the internet, they could know how many people have watched it. Because people, the number will be seen. They will show, oh, these people, this video has watched it, be watched it by maybe 50,000 times. So they can be so sure, oh, many people have watched it. So you discover they spend money, but maybe they don't. But you discover a small clip. There was a cat playing a piano. No one. You check it, 500 million views. Imagine. I said, no. How did it? But that's now going viral. How did this money? So this market has now discovered, no. We can utilize tricks that can make it a video or viral like this. So they will have those normal TV production. Then they will have a marketing video. For marketing video, it will be like just like the way you're talking about, like animation. That you put it in a CD that when they give it to TV or somewhere, or whatever, or maybe people or clients who are buying. So can you watch this for whatever? Then they will, these viral videos now, it will be simple. They will just use the tricks. But most of the viral videos, they are not organized. If you see most of the videos that are go viral, they are not like the deep production films or videos. They are like maybe they just captured by a phone. or very simple, but there are elements that can make the video go viral. So you find them that they also use that element. But if they are doing it for adverts, those will be marketing video. So you can have a loss. So they can deliberately, the people doing it, capturing something deliberately. While they know if you can capture it like this, it will go viral. They will aim at that, right? So what else do we have here? Let me just quickly finish, because I don't think that we have got much time here. We have which is more in the marketing. We have got a real estate video production. Real estate video production is more or less on the market. Maybe I've seen whereby you are advertising property. These people who sell property, different properties, they will go and capture the shooting, capture specific property. They will edit it in a certain way into usually short films, and they will include different things. If you see real estate, it will not just be like normal video. No, they will include graphics. They will include everything to make it look in a certain way, marketable, the way they want it. But usually they will concentrate on property, what they are trying to do. Everything, they will use animations, they use the voiceover. Okay. What else do we have here? Then we have got video production for distance education. This is what we are doing here. An example has been found. I don't have to explain what is happening here. This is video production for distance education, because after what I've done here, they will take this. So assuming this was a camera, because we were supposed to have cameras, it means they will capture what I'm doing, and then people who are not supposed to, DL guys, they're going to be sending them this the video of my lecture. So let me see what they're saying here. Video production for distance education is the process of capturing, editing, and presenting educational material specifically for use in online education. Right? So it's exactly what they have in here. Teachers integrated best practice teaching techniques to create scripts, organize content, capture video. Only maybe the difference could be, I'm saying, because the way I'm doing it here, or the way they are doing it, is more as if it's a live session, the way they are doing it here. But I believe they are going to take it. They have to edit it. They have to edit it, maybe or even somehow this one. This video production for distance education it can be recorded without even you students. I can just be in a room and have cameras there and start teaching. While I know that I'm being captured by the video, I will do everything as if I'm in a classroom. They will edit it, whatever, anything they will send to who is supposed to get the material, right? So the other one, I'm saying, if they can have a live session, it can be the way I'm doing it here now. Somebody is seeing me somewhere else. I'm also seeing the person somewhere else. So, like here, they're talking about here, webcasting is also being used in education for distance learning projects. One innovative used, webcasting is the issue I'm talking about, whereby it can be like in Zoom type. That okay, it's been captured. I'm being seen live somewhere. Right, so that's another one. Then you have got the internet video production, right? Whereby you're making a video production to be placed on the internet, special. Many websites include videos. I think you see this will be an example whereby when you open these different websites, you will find specific videos that were made according to the topic they are talking about. They will upload different videos around. So they know that, okay, these videos we are making, yes, they are for the online. So they know, because there's issues to do with the duration, even all this is, but the online, a lot of them, as I'm saying, because of the YouTube is utilized a lot. And most of the people, they upload videos on YouTube, and when they have their page, they will just put a link. When you click it, it take you to YouTube. YouTube nowadays, I think, is hosting a lot of videos there. And lastly, training video. So I think training video is also telling us already what they do. Training videos are commissioned by an organization to promote or make changes in workforce. Right? This can range throughout the organization, from training for those that need to learn simple and repetitive tasks, and up to the executive training. Right? In addition, organizations often purchase or rent more generic training videos to summarize, to minimize costs. Such videos would include safety, first aid, and time management, sales skills, etc. So I think on the video training, you can see the advantages. Instead of them to have seminars, to say let's have a seminar of training, they could just have a video with that people talking about training, that issue, and you say, okay, we're going to show you this video, and they do it. Right, so those are the different types of video production that is happening around the world at the moment. And let's pause there for today. Unbelievable, teaching without writing anything behind. I tried my best, but somehow you see he wanted to write something. Okay, so I think later on we'll say but if we're not comfortable on this day, we might even shift it to somewhere else. But I know there's the classes after, not with you. Is it with you? No, not with you. That one I might shift it because because having it today in the afternoon. I don't know. So in this one we'll see the coming days whereby if you are flexible, we will throw it somewhere within the week. But if it's okay, but I think it's okay somehow for the day, because you have a breather. If you have too many classes in between to fire it there somehow, it's going to be a problem. But I think, okay, let's put it here. And in this room, I think it's okay because it's up here. We're going to be having fresh air. Okay, so let's call it a day.